I see what has happened now.
We have found
Meow Never running their previous comp that they were running in the last match. Just Dragoon, Gunbreaker, White Mage, Ninja, and Red Mage. And I think that's the thing is with this comp that Meow never has is it's really good for rundown. So I think their win con here is definitely to try and get that early momentum, just start chasing people down and force them into the stagger state. But the problem is you're doing this against double tank, double healer team.
Yep.
So getting to that point is going to be incredibly difficult.
I mean, you can kind of.
What do you think is the kill call here for the Meow Never against such a heavy-weighted team?
I feel like you would have to send White Mage, Paladin, or Red Mage based on who dashes in, who's available. Obviously, positioning is key when you're talking about like who you want to go for on this, but also like who doesn't have mitigation. You got to pay attention to Sheltron. You got to pay attention to how many heals the Astro has. Does the Red Mage have Forte up? There's like a very, it kind of weaves like a very tight window where you can actually do something.
Yeah, exactly. And
we'll see what the play is.
You got like the Paladin as well that can easily cover, so it's
right,
so
and
cyclical.
You have to pay attention to their guard and their shield.
Right, Bakura gets slowed a bit. Both teams kind of playing it a very chill. Oh, they go in a little bit of a stun onto Kuina, Kagetsu.
They are in Gog right now. Let's see, is Kuina dead here? No, they have Epicycle. Nope. They get out for free.
Hey, Astro moment. So I think, so right now it looks like Meow Never are just trying to play a little bit like quick when it comes to target switching. Like they didn't fully commit to that, but Bakura over here getting stunned. Will they make it out?
Maybe
I'm not
down.
sure.
They do have regen, and they're only being pressured by a Gunbreaker and a Paladin, but it's just enough to get the kill before she gets the pot.
Yeah, died on the pot. You hate to see it. You really do.
Meanwhile, back on the points.
Back over here.
Yeah,
Kawaii is taking a little bit of heat here from Celeste, but not much is happening because there's just not... Again, team's a bit split here, and they get blasted for their troubles.
Ooh, good beam on a Celeste.
Insanely good. Yep, I mean, just textbook right now. Fallen Dreams about to potentially fall here as well. Gets a backflip out and does survive to fight another night.
I know what's interesting here is that I believe Meow Nyever has really sent Kuina a bunch of times. But they're holding on to their Purify, they're holding on to their defensives. And just because they're a healer doesn't mean they can't take that, they can't tank a little bit,
For sure. Janra does get a nice guard off. They need to start falling back because they definitely want to try to set up for a potential LB sync right here with Celeste. You have the White Mage Beam coming out, Limit Break. Any stuns, they do get some hits on Sarah. Kuina sends out the Limit Break, but it's not enough. Well, it definitely was enough to kill Janra though, and the Gunbreaker.
That was a little bit delayed by Nobi. I thought just the way the damage came out there was very strange, very Final Fantasy 14 netcoded, but...
Yeah, a little bit.
But it was a high play, it was a good find.
Oh boy. And here now we're seeing the strengths of this composition. It's just so hard to break through. Like, right now Meow Never has really struggled to try get any kill. Like, all of that, and they only managed to get Sarah, but in exchange got 2 people taken down as a result as well.
Ooh. Killed on
Okay, well, yeah, and Nobi gets taken down as well, just out in distance.
Here we have Koyaki playing incredibly far up, knowing that Sarah's in the back pocket.
Yeah, trying to get that stun off. Ooh, Celeste just barely makes it back onto the point. And now they have to fight against the Paladin Limit Break and a spin from Sylvie. This is not looking good for them at all.
No, and it's just like, you see how little MP that Chiten is hitting, right? Like, they're missing 3 recuperates across their entire team. It's just, you're not making any progress whatsoever against them unless you're...
It's just hard to make a dent, and unless you're damaging points.
For you.
Commentator's cursed. There it is. And wow, huge. And this is exactly what they needed right now, but Vestel and Pakora are both looking very low right now. Pakora gets taken down by Nobi on 6 kills right now, looking real good.
And Koyaki in the coffin, just letting Sylvie and Nobi take the point here while they're playing the corner. Good awareness.
Vestel being chased all the way to the back, gets a Red Mage Limit Break to the face after being stunned. Unbelievable. Nobi is on a killing spree right now. They are just continuously going.
Yeah.
yeah, their team is just like supporting them and just letting them play the game, and yeah, it's working out well. Celeste gets stunned as well. Shield Smite guard, but that's not going to help too much in this situation here, and they go down.
Yeah, like Nobi just took a red mage LB to the face, but you know, between the Astro LB and Macrocosmos, it did no damage whatsoever.
Oh.
And Picora
and now
here.
Picora being chased. Will they make it to the pot this time? They do, but is that going to be enough?
Pot? It might be.
Not. What?
Oh,
they have
208 health. What a rat
200
play.
HP and a dream gets
Yeah.
him.
Meanwhile, Sarah on the point, trusting their team not to waste too many resources. And I do like how they're keeping their mana pretty high up here, too. Just so...
Yeah.
I should stop talking about Sarah.
Yep, you were cursing them.
Good turnaround by Meow or Nyever.
Yep. This is. I mean, we have 15 seconds left on the clock. It is getting close to overtime, and it's not a great position to be in considering you're fighting against a stall team. In fact, I'm pretty sure they're now just opting to go for the retreat and retake on this next fight here. Oh! The stun by Koyaki!
Oh, it was close! It was
that
so
was cheeky.
sneaky!
That was so evil, Koyaki. Oh my god. Imagine if that worked. He dies for it, but I respect the play. It was good.
That, yeah.
I liked what he was cooking. Now, I don't know if it was the greatest thing to do, but I guess they're on a 10-second death timer, so it's not too much of an issue. They can even let this 50% go if they really want to, but something tells me they don't want to.
Something tells me that Cheating hitters should take this because they have LB advantage right now. They have Pally LB. They have not Astro LB quite yet, but it's gonna be staggered. However, it does look like they're just opting to stabilize and almost lose Quina. Yeah, look at that, 3,000 health on that Astro.
There's no way.
Immediately popped back up to full.
Alright, Sarah on the point right now has limit break, but they're probably trying to force it out of them. Yep, Sarah does use it. And Sylvie also spinning on point, gets the cover, and they take down Celeste as well in the middle of that. Vestel gets their limit break ghosted, so they die before going up in the air. Nobi on 9 kills.
And that's
Genre goes down next.
I mean,
and I think that should be it. Fallen Dreams can't make it back on point.
What a play. Because honestly, I like the Paladin LB with the spin, right? You've got the 33% mitt from Pally, the 25 from Gunbreaker. I didn't see if they had Corundum, but that's you're basically not killing them, that's Gunbreaker's biggest weakness during that moment is they can't heal themselves. You pretty much remove that through sheer damage resistance.
Yeah, I mean, and that's where like the Paladin pairing goes really well because you just cover that Gunbreaker and it immediately removes the entireness of that otherwise pretty mediocre limit break. Of course, you could also use it as just like a Primal Ren with the Terminal Trigger into Dash, but you're not getting the value out of the spin. But I think that's on the Gunbreaker to realize, okay, what is more valuable at this point, the damage amp or the stun? And you know, I think that really is. It's often a difficult decision to make in the heat of the moment, but if you master that, oh wow, that limit break, despite being so mediocre, can be done to like really enable a lot of really good plays.
Yeah. Holy.
My man,
shit,
Koyaki, that was hilarious. I respect the
Oh no! Meow or Nyever has switched to the goats. Please. Oh no.
Oh, but it's worse. It's so much worse. It's just healers and tanks. Oh man. Listen, you know, this is what we call in history a nuclear exchange, basically. One team bought out the nukes, so the other team said, I bet, and now we have Fallout 76 over here, where it's just everyone's nuked and everyone's now in a bunker, and we're all crying. Yeah, I suppose we should have seen this coming, because that comp is really hard to beat, unless you specifically have a comp that, like, I guess hard counters that, and they don't, so they said, we know how to play healers, we know how to play tanks, let's just do it.
Yeah, and it is going to lead to some longer games here, but this is genuinely the counterplay, because there comes a point where all the bursts that you can throw out, because it was nerfed in 7.1, it just can't break these more sustainy tank comps. It is more about the CC chain and the grind rather than the burst. So good awareness by Meow or Nyever playing towards that, or they just want me to suffer.
Yep.
I'm not
hey,
ruling that out.
You also said, you know, like, you wanted to have longer games on stream, so here it is. You got Monkey's Paw, unfortunately.
I did.
Now, I want to say, though, with Nobi on Red Mage, I wonder if that kind of serves almost like a similar purpose with the Scholar. I guess the idea of, like, guard piercing in some sort of way. But it's just, at this point, when you have like this much heals and stuff, it's just going to be a literal fight of attrition. One team is just going to have to slip up for anything to happen, because I don't really foresee anyone, especially right now, get this opener dying.
No. It's an all-speed lane opener.
Okay.
There we go. There's one stun.
They're cooking.
I think we got to really pay attention to stuns and purifies here, as Quina seems to be the target here going forward. Looks like Umbra is not going to be able to run her down, however. They're going to choose to go for Sarah Vigard's Paladin.
Okay.
And we're just seeing how
Sarah is
slowly
doing
depletes.
fine.
Keyword slowly, as Fallen Dreams had a almost 30k shield on them. They're not dying anytime soon. Oh, no.
And then they're not dying, so okay, they're going to swap on over.
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay, so I guess the win condition here is point control, that's the name of the game, or never mind, Kawaii immediately explodes.
Oh boy.
Right there. My goodness. Okay, well, now Quina is next in guard. Looks like they were just playing until Limit Breaks came out. Ooh! Interesting, the Limit Break dash stun actually whiffs in that situation, so they don't get a stun off there with the Gunbreaker.
Interesting.
And once again, we do have a bit of a stabilization. Cheap 10 hitters are back in action. Kawaii sends out White Mage Limit Break. Can we get a conversion off of it? Looks like they're looking at Cianra right now, but they don't get a kill.
Genre, maybe chain CC'd here. There's a silence. There's a stun.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, you're right. Chain CC.
Oh, I wish I wasn't. Because to be fair, that is only a kill every rough 20 seconds, right? Instead of chaining these kills. Which, oh boy. Anyway, there's a Red Mage LB from Nobi.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Pecora goes down as well, and now Celeste next. Okay, I mean, listen.
There it is. There's that chain.
Yeah,
wow.
And you have that one DPS there for the actual damage of this comp, so, you know.
Yeah, having an actual, like, on-demand burst damage LB alongside White Mage LB. I feel like that's important, because one isn't enough in this situation.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, Sylvie rolling right now onto Vestel. Vestel in guard, gets covered, but they immediately punish Pecora for that. Huge.
Oh. And
they'll be also taking Vestel right there. Very nicely done.
I think Fallen Dreams.
And now they're just sending full damage with the Fallen Dreams. They don't care if they have Kartika run them up. Doesn't matter. Guard goes up as well. They're trying to collect as many orbs, maybe just to deny at this point, because there's no way they're going to pull Limit Break off. And yeah, Polymorph into Gnashing Fang will secure the kill.
Yeah. And I do like the full commitment from Cheatin' hitters there is, okay, let's all go, let's 4 of us go and run this Gunbreaker down, because we know that'll cause our stagger. We have the sustain to make it back, you know?
Yep.
Like there's Sarah.
That's the beauty of this composition as well. You know, you only need a few people to really take care of each other, so you can send a few others to like actually chase down.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, actually speaking on that, Koyaki getting chased down pretty hard too. Looks like Celeste and them are just having a heal off in the speed lane. Oh, Fallen Dreams goes down. Oh, sorry, excuse me, takes down Sarah.
Oh, there's
and Sylvie spins.
And the White Mage and Red Mage LB combo was just disconnected enough to give Meow or Nyever a chance to recuperate, literally.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, okay, so we're seeing a little bit of life here from Meow Nyever, right? Based on that.
A lot of bit of life. I mean, it's 3 healers and 2 tanks.
Yeah, so they've at least pushed it back from the 68% point, but now the question is, what can they do next? So you have Zianra with Limit Break coming up very soon. They're trying to like pressure as much as they can over here with Pecora, but Zianra's keeping them alive. So. Yep, there we go. They get a nice cleave on Nobi and Quina.
And I do like how Cheatin' hitters they are really committed to getting this chase onto Pecora, but Fortunately for Meow and Nyever, they did not flinch. They did not lose someone trying to go for the point and fight in the back, you know?
I feel like with this comp, is there even, like, I mean, how much burst can you do? It's actually, like, they are really struggling, like, a great cleave, but there we go. We finally get a kill on Kawaii, but it's gonna take a while.
Well, like I said, it's all about the CC chains and the grind. That's why if, you know, you can imagine that they're calling Purifies like they normally should be, but not on Queen and not on Sarah. Those are your main targets here.
Especially, right, like, then they have to, like, just, be on point with them. I mean, okay, we're reaching the 50% point and this last 5 seconds of the match. Great cleave. I mean, Sylvie's just cleaving with the spins right now. That's huge.
Ooh.
Huge.
That's a trade, though.
Sarah gets killed. Pecora getting a nice counter kill. Good trade on that. And actually, despite the cleave on 3 players, it was only really one kill that they managed to secure. So this could be still anyone's game. Fallen Dreams gets their pot stolen, which means they're going to have to, like, either wait it out. Yep, they're going to choose to Elixir. Quina sends out a Limit Break on Astrologian over here. That's going to be a huge damage amp and damage debuff. So on right now, they're just trying to, like, maybe push it out a little bit. They're still in guard. Ooh, Fallen Dreams coming onto the point, trying to maybe get a spin on Quina, but no, they do dash out. Epicycle, we love to see that. Nobi getting caught in the fray, though. Looking a little unhealthy, but again, they get out because, yeah, there's no damage.
I was very wrong about the score, by the way. It's,
Alright, I mean, good news is, you know, Meow Nyever is actually, you know, on the point right now. They're on the checkpoint. They are starting to break it. Zianra does have Limit Break available. They're going to use it. So they get a stun on Sylvie. Sylvie does have Purify, though. Uses this opportunity to spin. Doesn't really get anything out of it because it's on speed lane. They're trying to chase down Vistel to get a kill here, and they do secure it.
But they do give up the checkpoint there at the end, which, for how tanky this comp is, that 4v5 is really not that big of an advantage, right?
Not really, no. But at the same time, you know, I think they can play quick here now. Yep. Okay, so they see now they can play quick here, get the kills, and then quickly push them off point.
Yeah.
I think that's the play they're going for. And, you know, you send your Gunbreaker and your Red Mage to Rat. You know, I think that's a really good idea in this situation. Sarah should not die here, though. It's going to spell pretty much the end if they do.
Well, if Sarah goes down...
There we go. Nicely done. They stay alive, and Fallen Dreams goes down instead.
Again, still 4v5 after all of that. With Pecora Meow coming up with LB soon, getting ratted in the back.
I mean, bear in mind, I mean, as weird as it sounds, they could just survive for 8 minutes and then still win just based on progress. As long as they don't mess anything up. And Sarah and Sylvie and Quina both have Limit Breaks ready. They can answer back whatever Meow Nyever throws out. Sarah and Sylvie both rip it right now. Let's see what they try to do to get some kills here. Vistel gets taken down.
Uh-oh.
Very nice of them. Nice beam by Koyaki right there. Pecora's still in Limit Break for the next 2 seconds. They will be exiting soon. Celeste sends out... Oh, sorry. Quina sends out the Astrologian Limit Break. Big stun right there on Fallen Dreams.
Who does get the pot.
Well, no, but that's not enough. Zianra as well. Now, like, trying to, like, keep the team alive despite the Limit Break not really getting conversion out of that. Vistel does have Limit Break as well. They could help stabilize here if they play the cards right. Pecora getting chased down. I like what they're doing now. We're seeing some Chiten hitters like a sort of shift in paradigm. Now going for more just kills to kills here, just ratting. Love to see it.
And it really is the ratting that's helping out here, right?
We're still at the 4v5. We haven't really changed.
Yeah, you're not. But the thing that Chiten hitters is doing is they're not allowing Meow or Nyever to get these free pots that would allow them to get back in the game this easy. They're keeping the stagger going.
Yep. So, and now we're back to the 5v5. It's just, yeah, this is... I feel like we're going to be here for a while. I'm not going to lie.
Don't tell me. Well, Vistel does go down, so we're still at a 4v5. Oh,
4v4! Goes down. It's a 4v4!
Progress in my CC in 2025? Get out of here.
Maybe. We'll see. Oh my god, I think it's now just which team gets RSI before the other.
Oh yeah, I mean, Celeste does have their Astro LB coming up here soon, and they could push that. They could use that to push a couple kills here, deny some heals. That could be the numbers advantage that they need. But yeah, right there.
Koike looking really, really low right now, gets the cover off. Sarah looking very unhealthy though right now. Oh dear, and they die with like nearly full mana. Just great punish by Meow Nyever right there. Sylvie getting on the point, getting their shields up, just trying to stay alive as long as possible. We have Koyaki and Sylvie. They can sync up their kills right now, but they walk out. And unfortunately, that's the problem with Gunbreaker LB, so they don't really get a great conversion off of it. And actually now, this is looking very much so in the favor of Meow Never with a lot of... Oh, never mind, Slash just immediately dies. We have progress, but Sylvie's mana not super high. Koyaki taking a lot of damage over here. Now we have two members on Chiten hitters with very low MP. Nobi does have Limit Break. They can send it out. Pekora gets hit, but survives with Limit Break. Unbelievable reactions!
Good lord. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
What is even the win condition here, Gibson? Like, how does either team make it out?
Well, and this is a really good position to be in for Meow Never, because they're making like 1% progress, but they're not losing 1% when they're off the point. They have nothing to lose in this situation, and over the course of 5 minutes, that has added up to this chicanery.
Yeah, and you know, in a situation where both teams really can't afford to leave point, this is where I think Meow Never's composition actually is shining right now. Because it's like, before, it's like, you know, you can afford to send people to rat, but now it's inching so much closer. Can you really afford to let that happen? Fallen Dreams does some nice area denial, but gets punished for it because Sword peeks around the corner and LOS is their healers, unfortunately, trying to get the kill on Sylvie. Sylvie does survive with no mana, basically. They're opting to stay in the fight to keep up the pressure. It's a little bit of a risky play, but at this point, I think you need something different. Otherwise, it's just going to continue grinding slowly to the end goal.
I don't really think it's risky because they've got Sylvie and Nobi on rat duty, but they're not committing enough people to the rat this time. This 2 people here means that, sure, Vistel may not be able to get this off, but it's still a 3v4 on the point with, okay, that is Fallen Dreams coming back to the point, so...
Yeah, so there we go.
And I'm going to eat my words there. That rat really did work out for Chiten hitters because 4v5 are back to the stagger, and they have a massive LB advantage.
Pekora just hiding right now with no mana. Oh dear, oh no, that was an unfortunate stun. Walks right into the laser beam. Koyaki sends out White Mage Limit Break. Xianra now looking super low, getting spun on right now. The speed lane saves lives. No, it does not! What a great stun by Sylvie! Insane dash terminal trigger.
And you know what? Fallen Dreams
I think it's finally over. I can see the end of the tunnel.
On the point, Vistel swapping on at the last second here. Celeste not able to get out. They don't have Epicycle. Pekora may be able to help out Vistel here. May be able to get the cover LB off.
Well,
you know that they are mashing hollow ground right now. There it is. Oh, boy.
And there, okay. Look, though, I think what the issue is now for Meow Never is those death timers. They're really starting to catch up.
Let's see. Right? 20 seconds on the Scholar.
Yeah, so... I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. There is hope for this game to end at some point.
And
Serva sends out like a Paladin Limit Break to survive the, damage amp. Respectable. Fallen Dreams now forced into guard. Looks like they're gonna go down here unless Pekora comes in with a nice cover.
But out of that cover, that Fallen Dreams and Pekora don't have much to survive. Vistel may not have the sustain that Dreams needs to really live this, because it is raw damage. It is no guard. It is no Corundum. And they're getting healed off.
Absolutely farming kills, by the way. Did you see 11 kills on the board? My god, what are they doing? Are they gonna try and upload this parse or something? Like, what is this?
Genre with the beam, but they're bound.
Oh my goodness. How many kills? 27 kills? 27?
34 kills in 13 minutes is not a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Holy. Let's peep the healing real quick. Disgusting. We're in the millions for almost everyone but Sylvie. Ugh.
I feel like I aged like 5 years in that match. Oh well, GG's to all.